Hey guys, so we've started recording, putting together our soft face hammer. We made this in a practical setting and now we're going to make it on CAD as well. So I've got all of my 5 different parts. I've got my 3 hammer faces, I've got my handle, and I've got my hammerhead all ready to go. So now I'm going to show you guys how to put those together. So if I go back up to this sheet of paper in the top left hand corner, and we're actually in this assembly section down here. So we're actually going to go to standard millimeter IM, sorry, and we're going to create that. So this is the space that you put all of these parts together. You could say that you've cut all the other parts out in the parts section where we were making them, and now we're welding them together or screwing them together in this section. So what we're going to do for this is actually go place, and what we're going to place first might surprise you. We're actually going to place our, where are we, soft face hammer. We're actually going to place our head first. Okay, I'm going to open that, place that just like that, right click, okay. The reason we're doing this, and you might have seen it in my other videos, is that I really like to place things and then what am I trying to say, and then I mate them to the different planes. So I then go constrain. You see here, this is called mate, so it makes it so it sticks to it and can't move. I'm going to do that to the end and go apply. The next one I want to do is that plane there, and because we cut this through a little bit, we do have a flat plane in the back there that I can press OK, and now it's stuck here. And so you can see here, as I move it around, it moves really nicely with the different planes that we have. So we know that it's not going to go skew with when we actually put it into our drawing. So we've got that good to go. The next thing we're going to do, because the other faces that I was talking about earlier, they go in the different holes that we've made, so we can do those at the end, and that's kind of a little bit repetitive. But right now I'm going to place in the handle and open that. Now if I zoom out a little, you can see that it's coming the wrong way. If I right click and rotate the Z axis, the Y axis, sorry, X, need the X a little bit more, and then I've got it facing the right way. So that was just right clicking and then going to the different rotate options and figuring out what one is. It always takes me a little while, which always makes me feel a little bit frustrated that I don't remember them straight off. So now you can see here, this center line in the center there, as I hover over that, will actually align with that center line there and go okay. But it's not actually in the hammerhead at the moment. So what we can actually do is I can constrain, and then I've got mate selected. If I zoom in, so here's the handle, I can select that bottom face in there, I can rotate this around a little bit, and I can select that face there, and then you'll see that it's gone all the way in. We might actually, because that, so if I put it on the side, you can see that it's a little bit too far in. I can actually offset this. So if I offset that to, no, that's going to be like 5 mil. So you can see there that I've actually offset that enough that you can just see some of the thread, just like you would on your hammer, but you're not going past where, so it's flat, and at the end of that thread it starts to bow out a little bit, so I actually need a little bit more even. So if I go 6, that's perfect, and go okay. So then looking at that, you see there's a little bit of a gap there, just like we would actually have. You can see the corners of your hammerhead would be hitting that if we didn't have that drilled out section on the inside of the head. So now that process is what we're actually going to do with these different faces. So if I open that, rotating this around, we'll place our next one, rotating it around again, and then the final one we're going to place is face 3. Open that and rotate that around. Just like that. Okay, and then like I said before, similar process, constraining. We want the center lines in there. Apply. And then these are even a little bit easier because you can actually constrain this edge to that edge and apply. So we can go center line, apply, outside edge of there, outside edge of that face, apply, and we can come down the bottom here, apply, and then we just need these 2 outside edges again, apply. You can see how that's all come together, and that looks really, really nice. Got a little bit of a lip there, which is slightly frustrating, but when you put it in, it does look really nice up the top. So cool, we've assembled that together. The next thing that we could do, because as you might have seen in my small welding project video that I've made, I made a presentation view for the front page of that with the also fully assembled view. So we could quickly do that as well in this video. So if I go up here to the top, and we're going to go across a little bit. No, we're not. So we're trying to find there we go, presentation views right down the bottom. I thought it was up here in assemblies. Obviously wrong. Standard millimeters, IPN. Create that. And we're actually going to use our, where are we? Autodesk projects. And then we're going to find our hammer. Okay, hang on. I don't know why that didn't find anything. Insert model. Soft face hammer is not working. Very strange. I'm sorry. I wish I could give a good reason why this wasn't working, but it wasn't until I've started going through this way. So hopefully you guys do the same thing. So open, and we're going to open up our... I'm super silly. I didn't save it. We're going to save this. So soft face hammer, we're going to save it as soft. We're going to call it hammer assembly. And then save that. And now we can place it. Oh, I definitely didn't want to do that. We're going to go back to presentation assembly, insert model, hammer assembly, open that. It's going to open on our planes really, really nicely, just like that. And now we need to pull the different components apart. So if I go to tweak, I'm going to click on this. We want this one. And so see how it's saying negative. I'm going to go for our side view here so I can see it better. It goes negative 22. We're going to change that to negative 30 and move that. And what I like to do, move all the outside ones and then move the other ones apart a little bit as well. Move this one. Always trying to stay consistent with the distance they're moving apart. You can see here as well, so if I go tweak component and I click on it, definitely clicked on the wrong one. Tweak component, click on it. You can see the arrow here dictates what way it wants to go. So if I'm pulling it backwards, it's going to say a negative number. So we want negative 30 again, and then I'm simply going to move the header. So that one, right. You can actually right click on it as well. Can I repeat tweak? Yeah, so then we're going to go, so this is going to be a plus one. So if I move out a little bit, you can see how the arrow is going upwards, which means it's going to be a positive. So if I click on that arrow there and type 30, press enter. So we've now got our hammer that has fully come apart, and you can see all the different sections of it. So what we're going to do in the next video is we're going to go through and we're going to start annotating all these parts in our drawing, as well as making all of our different drawings. So we're going to make a drawing for, we're going to make a cover page with this, we're going to make a cover page with the presentation view as well as the assembly view, right, like here, and then we're going to make a drawing for each of the parts. We might actually we'll probably fit all of the parts on one page, just like the original drawing that I've used here, that we've found out is actually quite inaccurate, which obviously isn't fantastic. So we're going to improve on that. So hopefully through this series you've learned a lot. We've done parts, we've done assembly, and now next we're going to do drawing. So hope you stay tuned in for that.